Halloween horror. Be warned, this is a true story that is gruesome and happened many years ago on Halloween night in 1963. Every Halloween since that time still brings the sad event to mind. In the 60s, there were many television shows with ice skaters. As a child, I'd twirl around while watching them magically spin on the ice. Later, I'd skate in my socks on the tile floor of our kitchen, pretending it was a large ice rink. My parents knew how much I enjoyed watching ice skaters on TV and pretending to be one, so they thought of a big surprise for me. The Ice-capades were coming to town on Halloween night, October 31st, at the Indiana State Fairgrounds Coliseum in Indianapolis. They thought getting tickets would make me very happy. However, since it was on Halloween night, they hesitated, knowing how much I loved the holiday parties and trick-or-treating with my friends. Thank God we didn't go, because that evening turned into a nightmare for those who attended. Over 4,000 people were at the Holiday on Ice event, and in the final moments of the show, a stored, rusted LP gas tank caused an explosion, killing 81 people and injuring 400 others. An off-duty fireman in the audience alerted the fire and police departments to the gas explosion, and emergency crews arrived quickly. Sirens filled the night air for many hours, and the incident would sadden many hearts for much, much longer. The Salvation Army and the American Red Cross were also told of the crisis and sent emergency personnel to assist. The Marion County coroner devised a temporary morgue on part of the ice. I remember the newscasters that evening showed the devastation on television, and many bodies were covered with blankets. It was the worst disaster and loss of life that had happened in Indiana, and the entire state mourned the deaths of so many. The final person to be released from the hospital due to injuries from the explosion happened a year later, and a memorial service was held for the victims. In 1976, on Halloween, I was working in the office of Dr. Thomas Brady, a highly skilled orthopedic surgeon. He had been at Methodist Hospital after the explosion in 1963, and for many days and nights treating the injured. Dr. Brady was also at the Coliseum to help save lives after the explosion. He said it was the saddest thing he had ever seen and prayed nothing of that magnitude would ever happen again. He kept shaking his head with sadness as he remembered the awful experience, and I felt his pain. He said it was like being in a war-torn town of people after a bombing. It is still a very sad memory of Halloween, and this date always brings it to mind. May such a devastating incident never occur again, and may all that were lost rest in peace. Please take a moment to subscribe to Paranormal Parlor, and thank you. May all your Halloweens be happy and safe, now and in the future.